A reading from Bear's Library. Enough is Enough by Kim Barnes. Y'all, there are some people out loose in the world that done lost their damn minds. Yes, I know that sentence was not grammatically correct. When I get this riled up, the East Texan country girl cannot be contained. Now for the record, I will not be calling any of the people by name. That is not right. It is not ethical. And it is not my style. As a wonderful and wise YouTube creator states on their videos, and I'm probably paraphrasing this, I am not responsible for your butt hurt feelings. I actually had a fun post ready about my favorite fruit and some food science. Then things went sideways. No, they turned completely upside down. I honestly don't know what is going on with people lately. Is Mercury still in retrograde? Is it still the pandemic? Not enough oxygen in the atmosphere? Or is it 1,000 other reasons? I don't know the answer. But I'm afraid that we are entering a state of idiocracy. I'm not just seeing this online with social media platforms. I have become more aware of it in my real life and the lives of people I love and care for. One of the most level-headed and funniest people that I have been fortunate enough to get to know through social media posted about people suffering from rectal cranial inversion, aka RCI. It is the perfect analogy for everything going on. It is actually easy to spot these people because they have their head so far up their ass, the only thing coming from their mouth is bullshit. Now I think that some of these people may also be suffering from single cell organism syndrome, aka SCOS. If you remember from high school biology, a single cell organism can basically be classified as a bacteria, a fungi, or slime mold. I think those descriptions are fitting. So, what has brought all of this on to cause me to speak out? Let's start with yesterday, since it is the freshest on my mind. I went to my local grocery yesterday. No problem in the store. Good selection and nice service. Then I get ready to leave. By my car, I see a young mother with a toddler. Her car is parked to the left of mine. She has her right rear door open, which blocks me from opening either my front or back left doors. I'm thinking I know mistake to be sensible and think, but that she will get her child in her seat and close the door. But no. She stands there and starts saying to her child, "Are you ready? Are you sure? Are you really ready?" This was done repeatedly. I finally asked her to please close her door so I could put my few groceries in my car. Her response, "I just need to get her into her seat." This would have been okay if she had taken the child from the buggy and put her in the car. She started the whole "are you ready" thing again. Some of you are probably thinking that I should have just moved my groceries to the other side of the car. The way I have to park my car at home, the driver's side is closest to my front door. And it's now about the damn principal, people. Well, I did finally make it home. Example number 2. I work with a great team of people in my 9 to 5, except for that one person. She has been there about 6 months and supposedly came with previous experience in our field, which is medical billing. She has trouble doing anything by herself. She calls me at least once a week asking if she should call a patient and tell them now that they will have to pay a bill because their insurance denied the claim payment. There can be any reason for the denial of the claim. I ask her every time if she knows why it was denied, and her answer is always no. Seriously? Can we use some logic and critical thinking skills here? Oh, I forgot. We must be dealing with SCOS. Make some notes. She also will never call our team leader or our director. Now, onto the Pandora's box known as social media. I know I can hear all of you telling me to leave the box alone. Sorry. If I have to know this, then you do too. And some of you already know. If you know, you know. Now let me preface this before I go further. The people that seem to be causing so much of the chaos on the different platforms, I do not interact with. Therefore, most of the things that I have noticed have come from screenshots that are shared on Twitter and Instagram, which have been posted by other users. So I must say that anything has only been alleged to my knowledge. This way, I don't have to say allegedly to every sentence. With some of these creators, we are seeing private DMs being shared openly. When I send someone a DM, whether it is through a social media platform or through a text message, I expect it to stay private unless I tell them that they are welcome to share. Anyone that interacts with me can be guaranteed that I will never share a text message or a DM sent through any type of platform. The same is true if I were to have a private voice conversation with someone. It is private, and if you tell me something, it is in my vault, and that is kept closely guarded. It has also been shown where people are being threatened with private messages being released if they don't bow down. Do people really not understand that there can be legal ramifications of this? Don't hold information over someone's head. I have seen screenshots of subscribers to YouTube creators in the chat of live streams, which are just vile and disgusting. Again, this is all just allegedly because I do not go to these creators' channels. I refuse to hate watch because I feel that by doing so, in some odd way, I am co-signing their behavior. From what I have seen, some of these people are threatening to go real life and seek out people who speak out against the creator. The thing that is even more disturbing for me is that the creators are supporting this behavior. Yes, I know that under certain circumstances, screenshots can be manipulated and manufactured, again, allegedly. We again are seeing attempts to discern the real identities of some creators and subscribers. They can't stand the fact that people are allowed, yes, allowed, to create a persona on the internet. One creator actually said that if you are hiding behind a fake name or an avatar, then you are catfishing everyone. This coming from a person with a YouTube channel, which is not their real name. I use the name of my small business on social media. I live in a southern Gulf Coast state and alligators are prevalent down here. So I could become Gator Girl and create a cute alligator avatar. That could actually be a great channel name. Secretly adding that to a list of possible names. Some of the people that I interact with do in fact know my legal first name. I also know that I can trust them with that information. A creator is so desperate to find out the identity of another creator that they are doing everything, including attempts at doxing. Now, this alleged doxing attempt, unfortunately, was not only the wrong person, but also a minor. This is why doxing is wrong, people, on every level. Now, let's talk about hypocrites. Unfortunately, the number of these people is growing at an alarming rate. In fact, the hypocrisy is starting to get so thick that my sharpest chef knife is having trouble cutting through it. They also seem to exhibit signs of being afflicted with RCI. Everything that spews from their mouth is filled with vitriol and bullshit. There seems to be a lot of the rules for thee, but not for me attitude lately. You can't call someone else for their RCI behavior and then turn around and do the same thing. Last night, I went to a creator's live stream and saw some major hypocrisy. I'm still subscribed to this creator, but haven't watched in a few weeks. Honestly, the title of their video drew me in. I was just sitting in chat, observing before participating. Yes, I will admit that I was lurking. I saw another creator in the chat who I have seen in other creators' live streams actually speaking out against a problem creator. Then I see screenshots of this person in the problem creators' chat actively supporting and love bombing them. So last night, this creator was in the chat, and all of a sudden, another subscriber said that the problem creator was going live. Guess who disappeared from the chat? Hypocrisy, people. Now, I have never subscribed to the person that I am speaking about because their content is not something that I would normally follow. I had interacted with them in a few chats during some live streams before and never had an issue. Most likely in the future, if I see this person in a live stream that I am also partaking in, I will leave. Like my mouth, sometimes my fingers typing in a chat don't have a filter. I honestly don't have any answers, except try to keep yourselves and accounts safe out there on the mean streets. I won't apologize or take accountability if you are butthurt by any of this. Again, I'm not responsible for your feeling this way. If you think any of this applies to you, then maybe you need to take a look in the mirror and self-reflect. You know, that shiny thing, most likely in the bathroom, where your doppelganger resides. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a cure for rectal cranial inversion, because hardware stores don't seem to carry vice grips that are large enough or strong enough to pull that overinflated head out of your ass. There also doesn't seem to be a cure for single-cell organism syndrome. I just want to tell them that they seem to be lacking a synapsis between their medulla and their oblongata. Okay, I took anatomy, and I know it is the medulla oblongata and not two separate parts of the brain. You have to admit, though, that would be hilarious to say to some of these people just to see their reaction. And hopefully, for those of you who know, it made you smile. I do have to say some humor with all of this. Otherwise, I will suffer brain damage from the constant face slapping and banging my head into the wall. And as my good friend and always wise bear says, humor is mandatory. When you see the hypocrisy, call it out, even if it is coming from me. Don't hate watch these people. Just as easily as you subscribed to someone, you can unsubscribe. Now my rant has gone on long enough, and I am going to spend the rest of my day rearranging a room so that I can have more space to create some art, because I have something planned. So my darling, shh, because you know my plan. My final thoughts: stop the hypocrisy. Enough is enough. Gator Girl out. I read this for Kim Barnes, who wrote it on her blog, Irrelevantly Relevant. We will share the link down below in the description. I do hope that you took some of her words to heart, as they really resonated with me. And I wanted to share the message that for those of you feeling that way, you're not alone. And there are others that feel this way. Her words meant a lot to me, not just the kindness of the shout out and that I make a difference in talking with her, but also the humor and trying to make a point. She's very well written. So go subscribe to her blog if you can. And Kim, I thank you for allowing my voice to be the one to bring your message forward. And for those of you that like Bear Library readings, let me do the YouTube things and say, hey, like me, comment on me, subscribe, please. And we will talk all again very soon because Bear, all I do is talk and talk and talk. Bear out.